Alright? Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Love and light. It's your brother, once again. I'm the Immunology, also known as I'm the Omnis. And of course, this is courtesy of Omnivision EDU. So, tonight's build is going to be about de-evolution. Alright? And this is a sequel to the evolution theory video that I just did. Okay, and this is anti-progressive biological development. Anti-progressive biological development. This is what de-evolution is. So the reason why I'm building on de-evolution is because it's in contrast with evolution. All right, so it's the complete opposite of what evolution is. So it's a backwards, digressive, type of situation. So de-evolution or backwards evolution is the notion that a species can revert to supposedly more primitive forms over time. All right. Now the concept relates to the idea that evolution has a purpose and is progressive. So these are two different concepts. All right. Evolution and de-evolution. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because there are different groups of humans on the planet, right? Peace and blessings to all those who in the building. De-evolution applies to specific blood groups, all right? Evolution applies to specific blood groups. Now, as black people who are becoming enlightened and educated about who we are, this right here is a must, all right? So we're dealing with biology, okay? Now, synonyms to describe what de-evolution is. It's like degeneration, digression, deterioration, decadence, all right? So, if you guys see me looking over to the side, I do have my notes set aside to make sure that I stay on track with what we're talking about. Okay, so yeah. The ABO blood group study, the RH study, and cell biology are the surrounding bodies of knowledge used in breaking down this whole de-evolution theory, all right? So everyone did not evolve, okay? There's only specific individuals from certain blood lineages who apply with the de-evolution. And there's certain individuals from certain blood lineages who apply to evolution. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Rh factor, but it's pretty much the genetic marker from Neanderthals present in the DNA of some modern humans. All right. So, when we look into those studies, we find that certain groups possess these antigenic allelic cells or antigenic allelic genes from the Neanderthal. And then you see that it's not common in other groups such as the O blood group. So the O blood group, which stands for oldest or original, is of course, the prototypical human DNA. And then from that we get mutation as you go into the A blood type, the B blood type, and the AB blood type. Like I said, antigenic allelic cells are foreign cells present in the DNA of some modern humans. All right? Peace and blessings, family. Love and light. All right? So all my people that's in the building rocking with me. Omnivision EDU. Let's get it. All right? So, like I said, the Rh factor is a foreign allelic antigen found on the cells of some modern humans, okay? Now, RH is an acronym for rhesus, named for an old world species of primate from Eurasia known as the rhesus macaque monkey. So that's what the RH stands for, okay? Now, we learn from genotype-phenotype transcription that gene expression is the sum of genotype-phenotype transcription. And that genotype-phenotype transcription is gene expression. So our genes are expressed by our genetic type and our physical type. So genotype meaning gene type, phenotype meaning physical type. All right. Now, different blood groups possess different biochemistry. So O blood group consists of chemical and cellular composition, as well as every other blood group. That's our genetic constituents, our biological constitution of who we are, and it determines our biochemistry. So biochemistry is the branch of science concerned with the chemical, physiological processes and substances that occur within living organisms. Okay. Now, the A blood group has its own biochemistry, the B has its own biochemistry, and the AB blood group has its own biochemistry. But what I noticed is that de-evolution can be pointed out in terms of immunity. So in these studies, I noticed that the O blood group, which stands for oldest or original, the O blood group has the strongest immune defense, consisting of 2 antibodies. And like I said, the antibodies are immune defenders. Okay? Peace and blessings, family. The O blood type has the strongest immune defense, and it consists of 2 antibodies. And antibodies are naturally occurring antibiotics located in the DNA of O blood groups. Okay? Now, some other blood groups have antibodies as well, but not as many. So O has the superior advantage due to the presence of antibodies. Okay. Now the A blood group has 1 antibody. B blood group has 1 antibody as well. That's another mutation, going from O blood type to A. That's a mutation. From A blood type to B. That's further mutation. And then going from B blood type to A and B. All right. So that individual possesses 2 separate allelic genes. These are 2 foreign mutant DNA markers found in this blood group, and they have the least immunity. And I mean, they're referred to as universal recipients. All right, they're referred to as universal recipients because they can receive blood from every blood group, but they cannot donate to every blood group based on the incompatibility of the chemical and cellular composition. So like I said, you might want to know your blood group, and that tells you a lot about who you are, your ancestral lineage, and that's what determines your bloodline. Okay, so that's 4 bloodlines. All right, there's 4 primary blood groups. Okay, that all humans can be categorized in. So, now, like I said, mutants are comprised of mutagens. All right. Mutants, peace and blessings, brother. The elder in the building. I see. Mutants are comprised of mutagens, all right? Now, the Rh factor is a mutagen. So if you are A blood type, you possess A mutagen. If you are B blood type, you possess B mutagen. If you are AB blood type, you possess A and B mutagen, all right? So a mutagen is an agent such as radiation or a chemical substance which causes genetic mutation. Now, the abnormal growth of cells and chromosomes and tissues is what a mutation is, a mutagen, all right? Abnormal growth of cells, chromosomes, and tissues, okay? So we know that everybody is not exactly the same, because even when we get into biology, we see that there are different groups of individuals. Peace and blessings, family. I see if you in the building. There are different groups who possess different biochemistry, all right? Now, mutations occur when the DNA is damaged or changed in such a way that it alters the genetic message, okay? That it alters the genetic message in the way that genes are carried and expressed, all right? Now, a mutagen is an agent of substance that can bring about a permanent alteration to the physical composition of a DNA gene, such as the genetic message is changed. All right. Now, in biology, especially genetics, a mutagen is an organism of a new genetic character arising from or resulting from an instance of mutation. Okay, so A, B, and AB blood types are mutant blood groups. Okay, mutant bloodlines, and which is generally an alteration of DNA sequence. And okay, so the unnatural occurrence of genetic mutations is an integral to the process of de-evolution. All right, so it is classified as de-evolution. A mutation is classified in the category of de-evolution and not evolution. So I get the notion that Eurocentric scholars seek to hide themselves amongst original organisms in the theory of evolution. Okay, these individuals did not derive through the same creation process, nor did they come about at the same point in time as original humans. Okay, or any other living organism that's an original species. Okay, so we know that the A, B, and AB blood type, peace and blessings, family, Ashe, if you're in the building, Ashe. We know that these blood types are, like I said, mutant bloodlines. Okay, so a mutation is a degenerative, digressive biological change in a gene from its original state. So as I said, O stands for oldest or original. Okay, this blood group consists of the same chemical and cellular composition. All right, so O has no cellular abnormality because it does not possess any antigenic allelic cells. All right, no foreign cells from a separate species. You got to remember that the Rh factor is a DNA marker from a separate species that's non-human. And this is where the Neanderthal DNA can be traced. All right. So de-evolution is the descent or degeneration to a lower or worsened state. So to go from 2 antibodies in the O blood group to 1 antibody in the A blood group, that is a de-evolutionary digressive change in the DNA. All right. To go from 1 antibody to 0, that is a de-evolutionary digressive change in the DNA. All right, so this can be pinpointed. This is not just opinions, brothers and sisters. So rock with me, bear with me. This is OmniVision EDU again. Like I said, scientific and historical literacy for indigenous peoples. Okay, so we're focusing on the science of genetics. We're focusing on anything that's involved with knowledge of self as far as it goes for melanin people. All right. Now, as far as degeneration, just to expound on what a degenerative change is in biology. Okay, the medical definition is the gradual deterioration of specific tissues. The gradual deterioration of specific tissue cells or organs with corresponding impairments. So sunburn is a impairment, is a loss of functionality. All right. So, and this is something that's caused by injury, disease, or aging. So in the Europeans and Asians case, this would be due to disease. It would be due to biochemistry, the antigenic allelic cells found present in the modern human genome. All right. Now, biology, the de-evolutionary decline or loss of a function, characteristic, or structure in an organism species. All right. So photosynthesis is a part of the way that original organisms metabolize in creation. So we know that plants go through photosynthesis. There are animals that go through photosynthesis. And humans, people that are melanated, like me and all of the other brothers and sisters who have the shade of of darkness. Okay, different shades of darkness. Um, Now, so like I said, we're going to pinpoint the de-evolutionary degeneration and deterioration of the human genome. Okay, and this is a continuation from the evolution theory video that I just did prior to this. All right, so I just want to distinguish the difference from evolution and de-evolution. Okay, so we know as well with Europeans came death, sickness, and disease. With European populations came death, sickness, and disease historically. We know that, okay? And we know that these Europeans brought deadly viruses, bacteria, such as smallpox, measles, typhus, um, chloria, and for many Native Americans, they were not immune to these diseases because they didn't have antigenic allelic biology. Okay, so this is something that killed off a lot of Native individuals just interacting, with people who are diseased. So when you think about your children getting vaccines, when you think about when you go to the hospital and they're generalizing biochemistry and not educating people about the importance of their biochemistry, they're pretty much saying that we're all Neanderthals, that we're all degenerative mutants, which is not the case when we observe biology and when we get into these studies such as the ABO blood group study, the ARC study, and of course, like I said, cell biology. Okay, so we know that there is a difference. All right. So, and as well, we know about the Tuskegee experiment. The Tuskegee experiment, uh, which was an experiment conducted in a clinical study between 1932 and 1972, okay, by the U.S. Public Health Service. So we know when you go and get your children vaccinated, this is something that's offered by the U.S. Public Health Service. So just because it's free, peace and blessings, family. Just because it's free don't mean that it's good for you. You feel me? Sometimes some things are too good to be true. So we already know that we're still dealing with a colonial presence. The native indigenous people were never granted their 48 acres and a mule. Never. So there was no, there's still an ongoing situation. All right. So we're still dealing with the colonial presence in education, in politics, in religion, and in all that we do. All right. So we got to be mindful of that. Um, so the purpose of the study, when it came to the Tuskegee experiment, peace and blessings, family, Ashe, the African American men in the study were only told they were receiving free health care from the United States government, and the men were injected with syphilis. Okay, and this is what's happening. They're generalizing biochemistry. They're saying that we're all mutant degenerates, which is not the case, but it is the case for specific bloodlines. But that needs to be distinguished before they go giving people medicines and injecting our children with vaccines, okay? Because we have naturally occurring antibodies. So individuals that have less antibodies, vaccines would be for those type of groups. Those are groups with less immunity. The A, the B, and the AB blood groups. Okay? People of African descent are all of one single blood group. All right? And that's O. Now, your biochemistry is based on your chemical and cellular composition. And black people are of the same bloodline, considering that we consist of the same chemical and cellular composition. All right? So, color is created from a biochemical pigment known as melanin. And we all have melanin if you're a black person or a person of African descent. All right? So, this is why we're photosynthetic life forms. And for individuals to go into a state of not being able to digest or process sunlight as a photosynthetic life form, this is a degenerative change and alteration. So I don't want to, make this too long, but this is a promotion for the de-evolution theory video, all right? And we're going to be breaking down all of the aspects, of biology and when certain things came about, the abnormalities versus the normalities, and we're going to drop the science straight like that. So I thank you guys for rocking with me. Once again, it's your brother, Omni Omnis, also known as Omni Amanashi. I'm going to continue to have these live streams going week for week. So there are going to be 3 live streams throughout the month, and there'll be one week where there are no live streams, but we'll probably do like a host watch party or something. But we can just evaluate what we built on throughout the week, and kind of just get a little time to marinate on the information. We don't want to move too fast. We want to make sure that we have the right reading and comprehension, and that we're right on point with each other. All right. So I appreciate you guys for coming in and rocking with me. Like I said, I'll be seeing you guys next Sunday for Sunday Soul Sessions. And we're going to keep it moving and keep it rocking. So information is important. Knowledge is power. Dark energy, dark matter, dark people. Peace and blessings. Ashe.